Have you ever bought a bed from IKEA?
They've
sort of cornered. They lock you in.
Okay, yeah.
Because they've got the very specific.
Yeah, I've encountered a bit of this as well. If you
buy a bed from IKEA, you need to buy the mattress from IKEA.
Yeah.
And then if you want to change that mattress, or I don't know, you're stuck with the frame, and IKEA's got you down.
Yeah,
they are. You cannot get away from IKEA once you buy. Do you know there's people that that you can hire that will put your flat pack furniture together?
I don't know why I would pay somebody to go through one of the most pleasurable activities.
I love it.
Still actually available to me.
I absolutely love putting together.
Well, I'm going to pay somebody to have a poo for me. I mean, what the fuck? You'd be fucking lucky if I'm paying you to put a flat pack together.
Honestly, I have been left in a room, and Claire's like, "Are you all right doing that all by yourself?" And I go, "Yeah, I'll see you in about 8 hours. Don't worry." And I stick the radio on, and I just get to work.
Lego is recreational, rightly so. And this is Lego. It's Lego for adults.
That's it.
Lego for adults. I love it.
But you can sort of, you can take it to the next level, because IKEA are quite good about. They give you your little spanner that you need, or your little Allen key that you need.
Yeah.
I've got all that stuff already, so I've got sort of Allen key bits that I can put in my cordless drill and stuff like that. And I'm just like, fucking, I'll just get away with it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I love following her.
Yeah.
And the instruction, the IKEA instructions. Can we get an IKEA sponsorship? We're not sponsored by IKEA, by the way. Should probably mention. But it's
amazing that we're not, given how much we're doing.
The IKEA instructions. Yeah. Oh my God.
I like the little Murray's kind of going, and then it's breaking. He's going, do you know? There's a little.
Can you describe that face for audio listeners?
Yeah.
There's a little sort of a little fella with a sort of slightly sharp face. Is that fair? He just got a sharp moon.
He's sort of like the IKEA equivalent of. Do you remember that little
Fido Dido?
He's a bit like that. Yeah. But also, do you remember that little paperclip that would turn up in Microsoft?
Yeah, he is like that. Yeah, he is. He is that. You're
quite right. He would tell you how to use your computer.
Yeah.
Back in the day where when computers were really new, you had to have this little cartoon paperclip that would go, press the little start button, and you'll get all your applications up.
That's right. The home computer, the birth of the home computer. And I'm interested in how when no words are used, it doesn't matter what your native tongue is, you can understand these instructions, and that is interesting. They're managing to convey, sort of, if this happens, do not do this, but do this, without using any words. And I think that is, that's really interesting. And
do you think that people tune in to Two Blokes Off the Inbetweeners to hear them talking about IKEA?
I certainly hope so.
This is the problem. So,
I don't know what they. This is.
I love this sort of chat. I will ask you this, Joe. What have you been doing? What have you been doing with your trainers?
Is this my trainers again? Are they starting to look a little bit?
What is it about you?
The thing. Okay. Well, all I will say is that
because
I do wear my shoes. Yeah. I don't. I mean, shoes are.
But what are you doing?
They are on the ground, and it's like trying to keep your car tires in good condition.
They get knackered really quickly, mate.
They do, and I'm already worried that I am. I suppose the problem is I should have more than one pair of shoes, and I thought I did, but then it turned out that my trainers probably were a bit beyond the pale. I mean, they were about 7 or 8 years old.
Do you know what you should get? You should get a pair of Converse.
Okay.
Because the more knackered they get, the more cool they look, right?
That's what I thought was happening with the trainers I started off this podcast with.
But
that feedback I was
really
getting wasn't
posh Japanese sort of trainers,
and I'm wearing them everywhere, aren't I? And they're getting knackered.
Do you know what? Someone told me when I was young. They said you can always judge someone by their shoes.
I actually have heard this as well, and I benefited from it because when I first met Hannah, I just happened to be wearing...
just barefoot.
I happened to be wearing a really expensive pair of shoes.
Right.
which I'd called churches.
Oh yeah, no, I remember your churches.
And Hannah was very impressed by them.
Yeah, I was as well.
And
I
she
remember when you
thought,
bought those.
This is a guy who's going places.
I remember when you bought those churches because Bond. We haven't spoken about Bond for a couple of weeks, have we?
Okay,
Bond.
finally.
There's a reference somewhere in Bond lore. I don't know if it's in the books or if it's in the films or something.
Drinks a martini, drives an Aston Martin.
He gets his shoes from churches.
Yeah.
He gets his suits from Savile Row.
Yeah.
He gets his shoes from churches. And I remember because I was like, fucking hell, they're posh shoes.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, they're churches, mate.
They are.
I
didn't want to buy them. I bought them.
They're not cheap, these shoes.
I think they cost £500.
I've never even heard of them.
They're English brogues. This pair of shoes cost £500. That was a lot of money, particularly at the time.
Yeah.
I was definitely one of the situations where I bought them out of embarrassment.
I think it was
I thought they might be about £200, and I wandered over to them.
I think it was just as we were starting the third series or something like that.
It was still a lot of money for me. I didn't
We weren't on £500 pair of shoes money.
No, I didn't really have £500 to spend on a pair of shoes, but I did.
Listen, fucking good investment in the end, didn't it?
Paid off, didn't it?
There you go.
And I do think that I feel that I probably.
I know.
I certainly could not have afforded a Savile Row suit at the time.
No,
because that's thousands and thousands of pounds. But I
couldn't even tell you. I'd love a Savile Row.
But at a stretch, I could just about get myself these shoes.
Just sneak those in the budget there.
It's like you're having a little taste of like the Bond level. That's it. Right? Just a little, and not really something that I can match up to in other areas, but in this one area.
It's your whole theory, again, that holds true about men.
Yes.
Just dressing for the jobs and the people that they wish they were. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. It's
So you were buying those shoes, you thought you were an international sexy spy.
Yeah. All male fashion.
And Hannah fell for it.
She did. She thought, here's a guy who's...
And then, you've had a baby with her and gutted Hannah. You know?
She got
Joke's on you,
She got completely the wrong idea.
Yeah. You fooled her. Good for you.
Yeah. I was like a spy in as much as I was lying to her.
Joe and James, fact up.
Right, here we are. It's us. It's me and Joe. Joe and James fact up. That's the name of this podcast. Each week we bring one another a fact that we deem interesting, and our policy is the more interesting, the more true it is. We'll also dig into the weird things that you'd like us to fact check that you can't be asked to research yourself in a segment that we're calling Fact Check.
We are also calling Fact Check.
Sorry. I spoiled it a little bit there.
You didn't spoil it.
So if you do want to send your facts, our email is hello@joeandjamespod.com. Our WhatsApp is 07822 034 330. Our socials, Instagram, TikTok, and all that nonsense is @joeandjamespod. And you can watch our full episodes on YouTube. Search for Joe and James Fact Up. I dare to ask, what's happening with the Spotify?
Yep. So there's some Spotify videos up on there. I think we're
still in the same.
I think we're drip feeding them. I'm not in charge of that side of things.
Right.
So I can't say for sure. I think we'll have some more coming up there. Yeah.
All right. But it doesn't matter as well because
they're all on YouTube.
Do people watch stuff? Well, I don't want to say that.
I
was about to say, do people watch stuff on Spotify? But I don't want to bite the hands that feed me. No, of course they do. We've not got our fingers on the knob of youth, have we?
No, we haven't.
Good.
That's partridge. That's partridge.
I always think that the stage of life that I'm in, I kind of term it post-youth. Well, I don't think I'm old. I don't think that'd be crazy. And it kind of annoys me, the kind of the sort of, there's a bit of a trope of men who are about my age being like, oh God, I'm so old. And I'm like, well, all right, but like, it's a bit boring after a while. Like, you're not old. You're not 90.
I've just sort of lent into, like
I'm pretty comfortable being.
Yeah, and
42.
I think we've always,
I quite like it.
Me, you, and Blake and Bird, we've never been party animals.
No.
Or I don't know, man. Like we were never excited about being young. Even when we were like in our 20s, we were like, and we were making, like, we'd go to where were we making that first film? Where was it? Magaluf. What's
Magaluf.
that?
And we shot something
Mallorca.
in Malia as well. Mallorca.
We went to Mallorca, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, we're making it in Magaluf. And then Bird would be like, oh, I've arranged for we're going to go to a vineyard at the weekend and stuff like that. And we're like, fucking brilliant. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, great.
Yeah,
like,
right.
we've always been that sort of
completely
like person already.
Yeah.
Like before we were, we were 23 or whatever.
Joe and James, fact up.
Bird, like Simon Bird. When Simon Bird, who's super bright, right? He's super intelligent, Simon Bird, isn't he? Really clever boy.
Yes, he is, yeah.
And he, when we were doing the first series of the Inbetweeners, he'd spent a few years at college at that point, at university at that point. And then the Inbetweeners took off, and Simon Bird's really great, and obviously what he's doing is what he should be doing. Like, he's really good at it. But he is very well educated, Cambridge, and he was doing? English philosophy or something like that. Was that right?
He was doing a PhD in something in the kind of cultural criticism area, sort of like basically English literature,
right?
Essentially,
but he was, but he's super bright, like he's super intelligent, and he's and he's also very, very funny. So he had options, Bird. Like he had the world at his feet. At one point, he could have gone whatever direction he wanted to go to.
Yeah,
and people like him, whatever they decide to do, they'll be like super successful at. Like, because I know he's doing a lot of directing at the moment.
Yeah,
I'd love to work with Bird. With him as my director, because I just think his instincts and he
gets you
and his knowledge. I think I would just go, if he said to me, "Oh, I think you should do it like this," I go, "Yeah, no, I'll do it like that."
Yeah.
But he was this close, and for people listening, I'm doing that thing where I'm holding my thumb and my finger quite close together to getting his doctorate.
Yeah.
But he sort of dropped out, and he was like, "Oh, do you know what? I think this Inbetweeners thing is taking off, and I might just sort of pursue that."
Yeah.
But I would have loved if he'd have got that doctorate, and then when we were doing the film and stuff like that, and the credits come up and it said Dr. Simon Bird.
It would have been amazing.
It would have been brilliant. It would have been absolutely brilliant.
Reverend Joe Thomas.
But just finishing your doctorate just for that joke alone, I think
he should have
been well worth it.
I imagine there's people out there with PhDs who think they got less out of it than that. I think this is actually genuine. I think the proportion. Let me get this right. The proportion of unemployed people with PhDs is higher than the proportion of employed people with PhDs.
Right. There's more PhD.
The percent. So you got all the unemployed people and you got all the employed people, and you said what percentage of both groups have got PhDs? There would be a higher proportion in the unemployed group.
You put yourself in a weird position, really, didn't you? Because it's like, I suppose it's like me and you, in that there are genuinely, if I wanted to, like, I could be acting every week. I won't get offered those roles because it's like, oh, it's a scene in a TV. It's just one scene in this TV show.
Oh, you're talking about being overqualified.
So
yeah,
I'm sort of overqualified for that, but underqualified for doing most other things. So you find yourself in this sort of limbo of like, I don't know, with people with PhDs, they're not going to, I don't know, like, I don't want to be derogatory, but they're not going to wash your car. But also, there's only so many jobs for someone with your qualifications.
Yeah.
And I find myself in that situation where I'm not gonna say two lines in EastEnders, for example, but the kind of work that I do want, I'm not big enough or good enough to do it. So, or have the experience to sort of. I mean, I did a film a couple of years ago. I did a film that I starred in, and even when I was doing it, and it was a British film and stuff, and it wasn't like a big film or anything. But even when I was doing it, I was like, I don't think I'm the guy to carry a film. I don't think I'm the star of the film. I think I'm the star's mate who's quite funny. Like, that's where I can sort of shine. I don't think you could put a film on my shoulders.
I'm one of four mates. I think that's what I think. Like,
Right.
I'm. Yeah, no, I know. I know what you mean. Well, no, I did a film called The Festival. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I was basically like, where are the other three? When are they? When are they getting
When are
here?
they coming up?
And it was a bit weird having to be like, oh, is it just? It was like playing five-a-side and your team hasn't turned up,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh god,
Yeah.
can the ref play?
Yeah.
I mean,
what was that like? I've heard it was awful to make that film. Not awful in the sense that
it was really
like,
stressful to make.
difficult.
Obviously,
to make.
also brilliant other actors in it. I should say, like amazing other actors. But like, yeah, it's
Because you shot you spent a weekend at a festival. Is that right?
we shot at Bestival and also at Leeds. The Bestival stuff was really stressful because
But it doesn't work unless you've got like a budget of £50 million where you can set up a festival
Yeah,
and go, right, all these people are extras.
yeah.
Whereas what you guys were trying to do was to just piggyback an actual festival that was going on, and make a fucking film around.
We were trying to
that.
get the crowd to do acting at Leeds.
Yeah,
I had to. They sent me out on stage to try and. It was actually, to be fair, I wasn't alone. It was me and a guy called James Gill, who's a friend of Ian, very nice man, a promoter and a stand-up. And we went out, and we were so terrified. Like, we were just like, I don't want to. Please don't go out there.
Yeah.
Please don't make me go out there. I just don't
no,
want to do
but
it.
obviously you said yes because you.
Of course, I said
Yeah,
yeah, because I've famously I'm not.
You don't. You've never said no. The boy that never said no.
Was everyone know? Yeah, it's amazing.
I might
I'm
write
not.
a children's book about that. It's like the opposite of the boy who cried wolf. The boy who never said no.
Yeah.
And what
Where
situations he got into.
Yeah.
But making films is like it is stressful. It is sort of, there's more stressful. At the end of the day, just trying to make a fucking film. It's not life or death. But when you're in that bubble and you're like, fucking hell, we got to get this done, otherwise we're not going to have anything to show the people that have put money into this film that we've got a product.
And they told me they needed this shot of the crowd all doing this particular hand movement.
Right.
Which was something to do with it was like the DJ's signature move or something. They had to do that or something.
Right.
And it was my job to go out and get them to do it.
Yeah. You're not a hype man, are you, Joe?
I'm not really a hype man, am I? No. Right, everyone on this side.
You're more.
I've only got one idea for hype, which is, right, I'm going to draw an imaginary line down the middle of the crowd.
Yeah.
And I want everyone on this side to go,
yeah.
woo, 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 woo. And I want everyone on this side to go, dee, 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 dee. And
all the ladies now.
All the ladies now, yeah.
Oh, what about the guys? Can you do better than that?
Yeah, that's the only idea I've got is they do it. And I'm like, that was absolutely pathetic.
Yeah,
you can do better than that, Leeds. That's another thing I hate.
Yeah. So the thing is,
that's another thing. So let me say. So basically, just to conclude, basically, they didn't do it. They were all chanting boner at me.
Right. Of course, yes.
But that was better than I thought it might have been.
Yeah.
Because the producer specifically said, like, this was a real option. If what happens is that they just start chucking bottles of piss at you,
we can use that.
Then you're allowed to come off.
Right.
But also we can use it.
Yeah. No, I thought they were going to go, we can use that.
If it was the Inbetweeners, they would have used that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I went out, they didn't do what I wanted. They were all chanting boner.
The unlucky thing is,
but I thought actually that's probably a win.
Is that if you were on stage and they handed you a big novelty check, you would have known what to say in that situation.
Exactly.
Could
I take this check away? Obviously not in my pocket.
Yeah, see, you had that. Ironically, in the pocket. It was already ready to go.
Yeah, I did that in my...
Right, JT.
Yeah.
I do need to present a fact because I didn't do one in the last episode.
No, well, as we've discussed, you refrained from doing a fact because it was Lent.
I did. I abstained from...
You abstained, exactly.
Fact checking. But this week we are doing a fact about trees.
We are indeed.
because we did mention recently about those two
Yes.
those
They-
two nutters that thought it'd be really funny to cut down like a really old tree.
Yeah.
Which, like, by the way, like if you've seen Don't Fuck With Cats on
Yeah.
Netflix,
Yeah.
like I don't
There are certain
I don't know
things.
if I don't have an opinion about cats, but if I saw someone being cruel to a cat, I'd be like,
Yeah.
whoa, man, you're not right.
Yeah.
Like, and it's the same with trees. And I think there is a thing in us.
Mm.
Like if a tree is hundreds and hundreds of years old,
Yeah.
you're like, well, don't chop that down.
No.
Like keep that
No.
keep that going.
No.
So it did.
It was a poor decision by those two.
It was really
chaps,
bad.
I think.
They were never going to get anyone on their side.
No, I don't.
They were
yes.
never going to get anyone going, yeah, fuck the system.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing because it had the air of a kind of revolutionary act.
It was a
but
bit sort of anarchist.
It was
wasn't
a bit anarchist, but
where on the whole, sometimes I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick it to the man.
yeah, if you put like a, I'm not. I don't think you shouldn't put a brick through the window of a bank. But if you did, there would be some people who are like, yeah, fuck the system.
Yeah.
Whereas this tree was kind of something that was free to look at for everyone.
The tree is the system that I want to be involved
Yeah.
with. That's the
Yeah.
I can get on board with the tree. I'd like to think if I was in Boston in the 1700s, that I'd be chucking tea in the
yeah,
river, in the sea or whatever.
yeah.
Oh, I was going to suggest there what might be fun is I don't know if you've got maybe other suggestions of things that would sit in that category of like don't fuck with cats, don't fuck with trees.
Yeah.
Is there anything for you?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, this is thank you, Lily May, Queen Lily May. That's something that I genuinely like to know because I'm always in danger of pissing people off. So if you could teach me specifically
things that we can
and Joe a little
all-
bit, what shouldn't we ever, slag off?
Yeah.
What shouldn't we ever touch?
Yeah.
Just to keep us
Don't.
safe.
I've got one.
Go on.
I don't think anyone should ever beat up Lord David Attenborough.
Oh,
Is
Jesus
he a lord?
Christ.
Is that right? Is he probably
Yeah.
a lord, isn't he?
Sir
Sir.
David.
Sir.
So,
I've promoted him further.
Mate, you laid a finger on that man.
Leave Attenborough
Like, you're
alone.
never coming back.
Leave Attenborough alone.
Like, imagine like two drunk estate agents that have just come back from a night out and they see David Attenborough in the park, walking through the park, and he
leave
goes,
him-
"Oh, it's fucking Attenborough,"
Yeah.
and they're holding a phone and going,
Leave him be.
you would not come back from that.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm sure you could have a laugh with him. You could put a bit of banter or something. I'm sure you could have a.
Listen, Attenborough's no.
Attenborough's, I'm
fucking-
sure he's a laugh, but
He's no.
Yeah.
He's been in the mill. He's been
Yeah.
through the mill.
Yeah.
What was that thing you were telling me the other day? Was it on the podcast, or were you? Or
He
we were just
he
talking about?
commissioned Monty Python.
No, yeah, he's a legend.
He used to
did
go
all
out.
that.
He used to go
But didn't
out.
he get
and-
typhoid or something when he was?
He used to go.
I
One thing
remember
he did was he used to go out and get zoological specimens when he was a little boy, and they were just things that he'd found, and then he'd sell them to the zoological museum. I'm mangling this story. There was a zoological museum, and he would go and get stuff, and he'd sell it to the museum, and he'd go, "Oh, it's a rare plant," and it was always just stuff he'd found, like in the
Right.
garden of the museum or something.
Someone was
I don't know
telling
what that
me.
story
I
is,
feel
really.
like it was you.
Yeah,
Someone was telling me, like, because Attenborough's he's been around for a long time.
he's been around. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
going to devastate. I know we never talk about it as a
I know.
society.
I know.
But
I know.
we've not got long until that
No, I know.
bombshell drops on all of us, and that
I
is
know.
going to ruin.
I know.
Someone was telling me about how he would go on those first expeditions as a young man in the early days, making these documentaries and stuff. It would be by boat,
Yeah.
more often than not. And I think he got like typhoid and like he had all kinds of shit thrown at him, but he was he
Yeah.
wore it. He was just like, yeah, this is part of the job.
He's nails, mate.
He's not, he's not.
Yeah.
He's tough as old boots. Is Attenborough.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one.
But yeah,
we
you can't.
we
you
want
can't,
a longer.
can't have a go on Attenborough. Yeah, if there's
You haven't
any,
go on Attenborough either. Well, maybe if it's consensual, then fine.
but I don't think there are things that you cannot touch. That sycamore gap tree was one of them.
Yeah.
Those two
Yeah.
guys thought it'd be a good
They
idea.
should've- oh,
Was it two
God.
of them? It was two of them, wasn't it?
It was two. I just don't know.
I reckon
what-
they had help from other people as well that
Oh, okay.
they've not been caught up with.
Oh wow.
But
okay.
we were talking about that, so we decided to do facts about trees, and I do have some interesting facts that I genuinely find interesting that I don't know is whether it's entertaining or not. I've done my usual thing where I've felt like one fact wasn't good enough,
Right.
so I've done a bit more little work there and tried to group together a few facts.
Yep.
So, fact number 1. A single tree can secretly be an entire forest. There is a tree in Utah called Pando, the Pando tree. And it looks like many trees. It looks like a forest, but it's actually one organism. Every trunk shares the same root system and DNA.
So
It's one organism.
that is extraordinary, isn't it?
And it's a forest. It weighs over 6 million tons, making it one of the heaviest living things on Earth. And I think, actually, that one of the heaviest living, I suppose what you class as one entity, is a mushroom, is a fungus. I think
Because
it
it's
is
just one huge, one huge
and
network of mushrooms.
They're all connected, and that's where the sort of the Last of Us.
That's the
comes
Last of Us
in.
thing, isn't it? It was funny, The Last of Us, because it was as though there was a lot of talk. Funguses and mushrooms they had a bit of a moment. Like there was a thing where people were like the wood wide web and things like this, and the idea that
the wood wide web came up in my research, actually.
Yeah, I always thought it was as though the Last of Us was saying,
"Be careful."
Just before we get before we get
carried away with this could happen.
There is a dark side as well.
Yeah.
It was like they were sort of saying, let's just sound a warning note about all this.
A hypothetical.
Yeah. Before
sort
we
of
get
dark
completely
side
into
to
bed
it,
with these funguses,
Um,
let's just
here's another fact for you.
word of warning.
Again, I've sort of tried to sexify it a little bit to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
I've just written here: trees talk to each other. Now, obviously, they don't.
Well,
they don't just sit there and.
Are you talking about the?
It's not like Lord of the Rings.
The Entmoot. We have decided.
No,
you are not orcs.
It's not that. But through underground fungal networks, sometimes called the Wood Wide Web. Trees can send nutrients to sick neighbours.
That's
so
cool.
if there's a couple
That
of
is
trees
cool.
in the forest and they're like, "Oh Christ, we better help those guys out," they do that.
That's cool.
They warn each other about insect attacks.
By insect attacks.
Yeah. Again, it's not. They're not doing it in a way where they go, "Well, mate, you better watch out." So it's signals that they send through these networks. But they also have a little bit of a sort of, I suppose I'm trying not to humanize them so much to make my facts sound more interesting.
Yeah.
But they do favour their own offspring over unrelated trees.
Oh,
So they look after their own, something that's come from their seed. They'll prioritise those. If they are going to send nutrients and stuff to other trees, they'll prioritise that over those. Trees, they can recognise their own children.
Wow.
In whatever way children are, in whatever concept that is to trees. Yeah.
In tree world.
Some trees are older than civilization.
That is, yeah.
There's some
I have seen some stuff about really old trees.
There's some old trees. There is the bristlecone pine tree, and they're over 4,800 years old. They were alive before the pyramids. They were alive before written language, before writing was a concept.
They are amazing, aren't they?
And just a quick one, just to chuck one in at the end there. Trees do not have a fixed lifespan. They don't die of old age. They don't get old and die. It's usually because of fire or disease or humans.
Well, a couple of absolute lads who are going to write their names into history.
Couple of couple of tree surgeons.
Tree surgeons
that
yeah,
obviously didn't take the Hippocratic Oath.
pretty good actually.
There you go.
Pretty good. Well, that was actually, you spoke with
Little medley of facts there about trees.
You spoke with a lot of reverence there about trees, and I wish that somebody like you could have just had a little word to those two fellas
I would have
before.
smacked their heads together.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. These are older than.
Yeah.
And it's also true that some of these record-breaking trees, like the oldest and the tallest.
How old was the sycamore tree, Queen Lily May?
Let me have a little
I
look
think
for
it's
you.
like pre-Hadrian's Wall or something daft like
I've
that.
seen stuff about trees being 4,000, 5,000 years old.
Yeah.
Like, and they keep the location secret. They don't want people visiting.
Yeah,
Because
that's true. Yeah. Do
they'll
you want to
trample
know
it.
something really boring about me that probably shouldn't be put in an entertainment podcast?
Yeah.
One of my, I suppose, bucket list, one of my things that I would genuinely be really excited about and really interested in experiencing is going to see one of those like American redwood trees
They're amazing.
that are like, the trunks are like twice the size of a bus or something like that. Like I would just to be able to see that with my own eyes, I'd absolutely love that. I'd find that genuinely really, really exciting. And I don't know what that says about me. I'm not sure.
I think they are glorious, those.
But I think,
those trees.
where are they? Oregon or something like that. I think I could have. I've had opportunities to go and do it. I should have done it.
FYI, the sycamore gap tree,
Yeah.
aged between 100 and 120 years old.
Oh, it's not even that
Roughly.
old.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know
Sort
what we're
of-
kicking up a fuss about.
Yeah.
Not even
What
that
is-
old. Yeah, fell it.
Chop it down.
Fell that tree. Let's do a quick little fact check if anyone's still listening to this podcast. It is time for fact check, where we'll be reading a fact or a question that you'd like us to get to the bottom of. And then we're going to have a good little think during the ad break there and come back and let you know how true it feels to us. It comes from James H, who has emailed to say, "Hey lads, it's 2 weeks in a row that the
Hey lads, yeah. That's how
um
we should be.
absolutely.
How we should be addressed.
I'm quite partial to a Lucozade every now and again. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
No harm in that.
I'm really into Lucozade Ice Kick at the moment. I buy it. I get them off of Amazon. I buy 24 bottles in a go, and I keep them in the fridge and they're nice and cool.
Lucozade Ice Kick.
Yeah, it's a really good flavour. Do you
Is it-
like a cloudy lemonade?
Yeah.
You'd love this then.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Oh, they're like the sport ones.
Yeah, Lucozade
They're
Sport.
flats. It's
Well,
flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So this was the thing. This is quite old Inbetweeners law,
Yeah.
where before we'd even started shooting and we were doing rehearsals, we were let into this world of sort of like, is there anything that you need? There's people around that can get all that stuff for you.
Yeah.
And one afternoon during rehearsals, I said, "Can I get a Lucozade? Can I get a Lucozade Sport? If it's just a normal Lucozade, a fizzy Lucozade, don't worry about it. I'm not interested." But it needs, and I described it as it needs to be a Lucozade with the nipple cap.
Yeah.
And that
Yes,
became a little thing on the Inbetweeners set for a little while, where James demands Lucozade. And I was trying to describe what I meant by not, because I don't think I said Lucozade Sport. I don't think I was privy to like the knowledge that Lucozade Sport was different.
Is that what it's called, a nipple cap?
I don't know.
It's very Freudian, isn't it?
I
So
don't-
calling it a nipple cap.
I don't know if it is
it's
called
like-
that, but
no.
that's the best way I could describe the
Okay, well that's very Freudian as well. That was the best
It's
way.
as if you were like, it's not those, like, it's not got a
I know what
screw
you
lid.
mean. No, it's a very
It's
it's an evocative and correct description.
It is a baby's bottle. The
Yeah.
Lucozade Sport bottles. They are.
It wasn't your fault. They
I was trying to.
they had an immature reaction to what was basically a more than adequate description.
Yeah,
You did at times test to see what you could get.
but I was just making the farce of working on TV
okay,
and film,
yeah,
and just
okay.
being like, this is mental that you're.
Oh,
that-
fine. Okay. Well, maybe this is.
So I wasn't
this
doing
is-
it to be a
okay.
dick.
Fine. No. I think
I was
maybe
it was just
I know,
a sort of weird,
yes. It was. You were satirizing how easy it is
weird
to get.
experiment in my head. But I was obsessed with how cushy the the working space as an actor, by the way, not as anyone else on a film set.
Anyone else is
It's
really difficult.
fucking awful. As an actor, like it is like, and I
There's-
was just there was a little period in my life I was like, how far can this go?
Yeah. Yeah.
How far can we take this? There's a little bit in me. There's like I've had it since school, and it's not a great thing to have in you at all whatsoever. Of just being like, how far can I go until I get into trouble?
Mm.
In some ways, it's sort of it's been a benefit in that I think it's shaped my career, and especially in comedy and stuff like that. Because in comedy, like it is all about how far you can go until you can get into trouble, and I do find the fun in that. I do find it exciting. But luckily enough, it's never been anything sort of too serious that has either cost me my life or.
Well, it strikes me that people who've gone insane often are people who don't have the limits that other people normally have. So I was thinking about Howard Hughes, the millionaire, or I suppose nowadays he'd be maybe even a billionaire, but certainly a millionaire, probably a multimillionaire back then, who got incredibly bad OCD. But he got OCD in a way that plane guy, yeah. There's a film about him with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio, the Avatar,
the
Aviator.
Yeah, exactly.
We're good.
We're good. We're fine. But he had so much money that he was able to indulge. Like somebody said, this is probably apocryphal, but I'm sure it was this kind of area that he once didn't want to move out of a hotel room for some reason. I think because he'd convinced he would have.
I think The Simpsons did an episode.
Oh right, so he bought the entire hotel, but it was.
I think Mr. Burns didn't leave his room or something. He went mad. He was an eccentric billionaire that went mad and let all his nails grow and stuff, and didn't come out of the hotel room.
So if you can afford to get a plate of food and say, "Oh, I'm worried it's got some minute contamination," throw the entire thing away, make me another one. Now I'm worried about this one. Throw the entire thing away, make me another one. I'm still not happy. Throw the entire thing away. Most people are going to run up against their own financial limitations in the end, and that wouldn't. It doesn't mean that they won't get OCD, but it does mean that they would presumably at that point be slightly more likely to think, I've got a bit of a problem here. I need to get treated. But like, if your solution is just, I've got so much money that I can just have really crippling OCD, then you can probably go further down the line towards genuine insanity than people who have to confront it. Yeah, and
that's another reason why I'm not. Why me having a bottomless pit of money would be really bad, because
I don't think it's good for anyone.
Because I do just do stuff to see what happens. We were on holiday with Claire's family, and we went shopping one afternoon, picking up some T-shirts and stuff like that. We were in America. We're like, you know, when you go to America, it's like, oh, fucking hell, everything's cheap. Everything's like, we got to stock up now so we can take it all home. Yeah. And I watched what my father-in-law was buying, and I saw him buy a specific T-shirt. And then we were going out for dinner later that evening, and I saw him put on the T-shirt, and I went, oh, hang on 1 second, I need to go back and just grab a jumper. And this was in California. And it was like, why is he going back to get a jumper? Well, what I quickly did was change my T-shirt to the exact same, because I saw what T-shirt he was buying. I bought the same one without him knowing. And then I had a zip-up hoodie. And then we went out for dinner.
Okay, so you... Yeah. Okay,
and then we were I haven't explained this well enough.
No, I get it.
We were walking around that evening. And then at one point I went, I'm getting a bit warm. So I unzipped my hoodie and just sort of just followed him around wearing the exact same T-shirt as him. And by the way, he's not a bloke that enjoys those sort of jokes.
No.
He doesn't appreciate those sort of things. But just for my own amusement.
Yeah.
Just for me only. Like, I just thought that'd be really funny. And I know it would really annoy him.
I like that it's almost like you've also kind of boxed yourself in as well, because, as you say, it is warm. You haven't got another T-shirt.
Yeah, so I put some...
You've kind of bound yourself to the mast.
I suffered for my art.
Yeah. You did.
I was sweating. I was like, but this will pay off. This will be brilliant.
And it did.
Anyway, James H says, I'm quite partial to a Lucozade every now and again, and my dad has always told me that Lucozade is, or was, as he's quite old, a medicinal drink, something you'd have when you're feeling under the weather. I drink it regardless, and I've always thought of it as more of an energy drink than something I'd have when I wasn't feeling well. I need to know if this is true, and I thought who better to ask than the fact connoisseurs themselves, Joe and James. Also, what flavour is red Lucozade supposed to be? I need answers. Well, let's go to a quick little break and we'll talk even more about Lucozade after that.
I like this question.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Right, break time. Have a quick break.
Break time. It's the time of the day when we take a break from what we were doing before.
During the break there, because I absolutely loved this message from James H., I said I was champing at the bit, and then we were discussing whether it's champing or chomping, and I've never heard anyone say either champing or chomping at the bit without there being a discussion afterwards as to whether it's champing or chomping.
That is funny.
I've just looked it up if that's helpful.
Go on,
What is
Queen
it?
Lily May.
So it says here.
I bet it's going to say both are acceptable.
Oh, right, okay, I'll show
Right,
that. Basically, champing is the traditional language. So
Right.
it started out as champing, and that kind of is impatience, restlessness, like a horse, eager to run, it says here. But champing soon became chomping because it kind of has a similar meaning and it sounds similar, and that's just what we now use. But originally it was champing.
What's a bit? Is that the thing that you put in the horse's
Yeah,
mouth?
that's the thing that's in their mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
I always see those things and I think, I bet they're fucking irritating.
They don't look comfortable, do they?
No. Apparently they're fine with it. Apparently they don't give a fuck. But
Well,
you can't ask a horse. You
No.
can't go, do you care about this?
Well, they champ
piece
at it.
of-"
I mean, does that mean, do they like the champing? Comes down to whether they like champing or not, or chomping.
Before the break, we were just fact-checking on behalf of James H., who asked us, is Lucozade medicinal? And what flavour is the original red?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, now, first of all, Lucozade is one of those ancient brands. I'm going to go 1800s.
I would say actually there was always an old bottle of Lucozade at my grand's house. It was a glass bottle with the little like knobbly bits around the top.
Now I'm going to take a bit of offence because James H said, my dad has always said that Lucozade is, and then he put in brackets, or was, he's quite old, a medicinal drink.
So
now,
you're offended on behalf of the dad because he's been a bit rude to his dad, saying he's old?
Well, if his dad's old, then I don't know what I am, because when I was a kid and I had to take a day off school, primary school or something like that, because I wasn't feeling very well, my mum would buy me a bottle of Lucozade.
Same here. And it was one of the great joys of being sick home from school.
Yeah, watching Trisha. And I didn't know, I don't know what that says about our age.
We're not that old.
No, but first of all, I do think it does come from those, I think Coca-Cola was the same. Dr. Pepper certainly was.
Ketchup as well?
Ketchup, yeah. One of those sort of like,
get a bit of...
Gather round, I'll show you a cure-all. You're feeling unwell? You're feeling tired?
Yeah.
Well, I can help you out, sir.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Travelling salesman,
sort
of Americana sort of thing.
Something of the snake
but
oil,
I do think
probably...
I do think Lucozade is British, and I do think it was classed as a medicinal drink. And I will tell you this, there was a boy at my school who was diabetic, and he used to have to have Lucozade tablets every once in a while. And I've never seen them. I haven't seen them for about 20 years.
I haven't seen them for a while.
But they were sort of Lucozade tablets with what I assume is glucose.
I imagine it's a kind of abbreviation of Glucozade.
Right, there we go.
It's glucose. It's basically sugar. So if you're nauseous and you've got an upset stomach and you can't keep down regular food, but you need to get some kind of energy, have this. It's got sugar in it.
If you're looking for a bit of pep. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Pepsi,
yes.
All these sort of antiquated
This is unbelievable.
phrases.
This is like the Da Vinci Code or something.
It's absolutely amazing.
Running through history. It's the scales are falling from our eyes.
Because that was it.
We
That was
see
it.
where power is really held.
And that's why Buffett is a shareholder of Coca-Cola.
It all makes sense all of a sudden.
The Earth's flat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Why do you think they built those fucking pyramids? You fucking sheep.
yeah. Again, we are going into Rogan territory, and I don't want to step on that guy's toes, because he just seems quite angry and would beat me up probably. But it would, I would, yeah, it's definitely. I think it started off as a medicinal thing, and I think that there still might be. I wouldn't say it was medicine, but there still might be some actual benefits to Lucozade.
I think so.
With energy, and I wouldn't say if you've got cancer or something, I wouldn't say like drink a load of Lucozade, you'll be all right. But with those those little common ailments,
yeah,
I genuinely think that Lucozade could possibly help.
I think that it's easily digestible form of sugar primarily, and maybe electrolytes, which I think is just
that's Lucozade Sport. That is what Lucozade Sport is, because it's not fizzy.
Yeah,
and I think they claim to be sugar free, but it is electrolytes. So sodium, is that right?
Electrolytes is basically the stuff that you lose if you sweat or you urinate.
So
but particularly if you're sweating with sport, you lose all your kind of body salts and stuff, don't you? And then
if you want to get water to move around your body quicker, you need to have a bit of salt in your body to be able to take that around the bloodstream.
Yeah,
I'm talking to someone that doesn't know a fucking thing that they're talking about. But that's where electrolytes come in, which I think is sodium. I think that's what they've rebranded electrolytes at. I might be completely wrong.
No, I think it's sort of. Is it just like salt and sugar dissolved in water? Essentially, is that electrolytes?
But I'm gonna go fact.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
So fact it hurts.
Yeah,
with that one.
Yeah,
but we haven't actually.
Because I've heard a similar thing, and that's all you need for a fact. I grew up hearing the same thing, so that makes it a fact. It's like carrots. Carrots make your eyes better. It was only recently, I think literally with the last couple of days, where that was propaganda, because during rationing, there was rations on like coffee and sugar and butter and all the stuff that we need to have a good life and enjoy ourselves in life.
Yeah.
But you could eat as many fucking vegetables as you like. There wasn't a ration on vegetables during the Second World War. So it was like,
you made up.
And there'd be the Blitz and all the lights would go out and stuff like that. So it'd be like, eat more vegetables and that will, that will help you see in the dark.
Oh, okay. So it was just
There's like those, posters, those wartime posters of like a Tommy in the trenches. And it'd be like, he needs his carrots to be able to see in the dark and stuff like that. And you'd have like young boys and girls going, oh, I want to be just like them. And but I don't think there's any actual truth that carrots will make your eyesight better at all. It was just it was like go to work on an egg, which I'm obsessed about.
Although in the long run, probably vegetables in general
but still good for you.
Are good for you.
Yeah. It's like the government being your mum and dad.
It is exactly that.
And instead of you going, why do I have to do this? They've just gone, well, it'll make your eyesight better. I don't know. Fucking just eat. It's good for you. Just because kids don't. I've got 2 kids and they don't trust me. They will not fucking trust me at all whatsoever. They need a reason for everything. Like if I go, oh, like that broccoli's good for you. Like why? What? In what way is it good for you? I have to come up with something. I know it's good for you. I don't actually know why it's good for you. Yeah. But if you just eat it, it will benefit you. Can you not just trust me on this one? And they'll go, no, I'm not going to trust you. I need some sort of story or fable to sort of get me through this sort of eating broccoli.
My daughter has just started saying why to everything.
They do. They need to know why.
Maddening.
Yeah.
It also just makes me realize I don't know anything. Like when she always wants to listen to Peppa Pig in the car, and I have to connect my phone to the Bluetooth in the car, and she wants to know why the phone isn't on yet if we're in a tunnel, and I just can't explain it. I don't have the language to explain what's happening. I'm literally sort of saying there's something in the sky that the phone needs to go up and get to, and then that will bring the music down out of the sky.
Back in my day, there was always the threat of the slap. So, so you just
that was a bit of a
no, but do you know what I mean? You just be a bit more obedient. You just be a bit like, right, I'll get on with it. I'll crack on.
What flavour is red Lucozade?
I don't know what red Lucozade is.
I don't think it's any flavour. I think it's.
I do know what he's talking about though, because you can also get orange fizzy Lucozade, which I would prefer to the red Lucozade.
I just thought he meant.
But that red one again, like
that's old school.
I don't
as well,
know
right?
if I'm just misremembering but yeah, Lucozade was a glass bottle for me in the 90s.
Yeah, it was a glass bottle with little.
And you could give it back and get like 2 pence or something.
Yeah, I have quite nostalgic memories of that Lucozade bottle. I thought when he said red, I just thought he meant
it's
orange.
the one with the red cap. No, there is an orange Lucozade. It's that sort of.
Oh, it's orange flavour. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes, it's the.
But not, there's that original Lucozade.
It's non-flavoured. It has a nice taste. It tastes.
Yeah.
It sort of tastes of its colour somehow.
Yeah, it's got the red cap on it, and it's a ambiguous colour.
Well, it's a bit like saying what flavour is Coca-Cola. It's not really.
Yeah.
I suppose when it comes down to it, it's sort of caramel flavour or something. It's caramel.
Molasses.
Something called caramel in it, yeah.
Syrup.
But red Lucozade.
Can't help you out. I can't help you out.
The best I can come up with there is red flavour.
It's red flavour. It's red flavour.
And it's
like when I get Pringles, I either want green Pringles or blue Pringles. I can't bring myself to say, what is it? Sour
cream and onion.
Yeah, it's too much. I'll just say green.
Yeah.
What Pringles do you want? Green. Give me green Pringles.
Yeah. I'm not saying all that.
But there is definitely, before even Queen Lily May gives us her ruling, there is definitely roots of Lucozade being a medicinal, a tonic, some sort of tonic. Fact.
Okay.
Go on.
So, its roots is with Lucozade, which is how it was originally invented, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And it was invented in let me double check that date. Actually, in 1927.
Oh, it's much later than I thought it was going to be.
Thought, but
carry on.
Okay, so
99 years ago.
Fair play.
Yeah, good. Fucking
it was sold as a health drink originally for kids, and basically the health benefit of it was the kids who were nil by mouth, I believe the phrase was, so couldn't eat or drink or whatever. They were given Lucozade as their medicine.
I was nil by mouth once when I was a kid.
Were you given Lucozade?
No, I had Smash. Really watery Smash. Smashed potato.
The Smash.
Yeah. I'd had stitches put in my mouth. I'd cut my gum up. I'd had an accident. I'd like the whole of my gum. I had to have like these stitches put in my gum. And for a couple of weeks I couldn't like really eat solid food. So
really watery Smash.
I had sort of quite watered down smashed potato. I loved it. I still love it to this day. I love Smash.
Well, as an alternative to Smash, Lucozade was used, and that's how it has its health associations, and it was also created by a chemist from Newcastle. So that's where it comes from. It was then later, I think in the 80s, rebranded.
That's right.
By
for sports and stuff like that.
And that's now why we have sports associations with it.
Do you know what? I've actually gone down a little Wikipedia rabbit hole, and I've been on the Lucozade Wikipedia page and read all that.
Still feeling
in
familiar
the past.
There was an advert with John Barnes when I was a kid, where he used to say, "It gets to your thirst fast."
Right.
It was he'd come out from playing football and he was all like, he was knackered. To him.
Well, he's the England man.
He was knackered. He'd
given it all. You can't catch him. Catch him if you can.
But honestly, he was hanging. Like he left it all out.
He'd been on the piss the night before.
yeah.
He had a big
no, a hangover. Yeah.
John Barnes. So that was fact.
Yes. Well, I was just going to follow up with the fact that the main sort of medicinal or sort of health benefit is the glucose that's in it. So it doesn't technically have any health benefits, but sugar can give you a boost, can give you pep, like you're saying. And that tends to be what is sort of seen as medicinal. So it's not technically medicinal,
No,
but there
at
is
all.
a purpose to it that will make you feel better for a
Yeah.
temporary period of
Yeah,
time.
if you're a little bit under the weather, if you're a little bit and you need a bit and you're lethargic and you need a bit of energy and you're little bottle of Lucozade to sort you right out.
And
Yeah.
the red flavour is technically like a citrus flavour.
Citrus.
Vague
Citrus.
citrus. Yeah.
Vaguely citrus.
Mhm.
The Queen and the government both agree
Yeah.
that is fact. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, James
Law.
H. Right, whatever you're doing, stop it right now because Joe is about to hit us with a fact about trees.
Right. So I have a fact about trees being chopped down. So we spoke about the sycamore gap.
Those guys.
Um,
We should learn their names, shouldn't we? I mean, we've already been told. Queen Lily May has told us their names in the past.
sycamore gap guys. But maybe the only mistake that they made was that they did not benefit financially from chopping the tree down, because it turns out that back in the day, if you chopped trees down, it was just kind of an acceptable way of just showing people the tree. So in the 19th century in America, if they found a really, really big tree,
Yeah.
they'd think, oh, more people should see this tree.
Let's
chop
chop
it
it
down.
down and we'll take it around.
Yeah.
We'll tour it.
So there's a famous one in, I believe, 1853 called the Discovery Tree. It was chopped down.
I think I've seen a picture of this.
They held a dance party on the stump. The stump was so huge they could have a kind of ball on the stump.
Let me know if I'm wrong, Joe. But is there a cross section of that tree in a museum somewhere in America?
Well, there
And
may
they've
be a cross
literally-
section.
They've literally like the tree is like so massive, and then they've written like Jesus born here, like way after the tree.
It might not
started
be.
to
It
grow.
might not be this tree, because what happened to this tree is that, having taken it to a sort of local show to be shown off,
Yeah.
and then to New York to be shown off again,
That's where you got to go, baby.
they managed to somehow just burn the whole thing in a fire.
Right. They didn't shove it up the Kaiser's arse or something.
Well, I mean, that they might as well have done, because it's not here anymore. Because kind of
It
clumsy as well.
It
If you're
burnt for 4 years.
yeah, but they didn't even. So they chopped it down, didn't even take care of it.
Yeah.
So I did 2 shows with it. They're like, oh, we've burnt it down.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Again, we're feeding back into that thing that you said. It was just sort of like, oh, don't worry about the past.
Yeah,
Let's not worry about records.
I think yes. I think I really
Like-
think there was the lack of care paid to the natural world, and indeed the man-made world. If it was a bit old, I think we'd be really startled by.
I think
now.
I think you got to remember.
And it makes you realize how much of an achievement it is to introduce laws where you actually do have to
it's
protect
incredible. Yeah, it's absolutely
nature.
amazing.
And actually, people always assume that
It
that
is-
kind
it-
of legislation has sort of always been there. And
no.
but as soon as laws become
Those
embedded in,
attitudes,
people
yeah.
assume they've always been there. But actually, it would have taken genuine effort
Yeah.
to try and bring in a culture where people didn't just see a big tree and go, "Oh, I'll buy that for myself and then chop it down and then
Yeah.
I'll take it on the road so people can look at it."
The fact that our attitudes are like have changed so much.
Yeah.
Like you're talking 150 years ago.
It's not a long
Even
time.
150 years ago, what, they were still whaling.
Yeah,
They were just because they were just like, there's fucking loads of them.
yeah.
There's loads of these whales, and
Yeah.
they've got some good oil in them. We'll just
Still-
take those. We
yeah.
can light our candles or whatever. What did they do with whale oil? I don't even know.
They made there was a
Paraffin. or something.
there was a they made cooking oil for burning,
Yeah.
basically.
So, but you can't blame them because they were just like, it's an abundance.
Yeah.
This is the world. We've got there's a never ending, there's not a finite number on these whales.
Yeah.
And then you start to realise, you go, oh, there's only a couple left.
Oh no, but no doubt it was treated as though it was just
And it is brilliant. And I think that brings us back to our mate,
Yeah.
old Dave Attenborough,
Dave Attenborough, yeah.
which I was slagging off
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, saying how he used to depress me. How every one of his absolutely brilliant and incredible. Like, listen, I don't think there's a greater broadcaster and documentary maker than David Attenborough. I think he's just He's absolutely amazing. And even from my very young age, when he would do those, like the last 10 minutes of every one of his shows, it was spent on being told, come on, we should. It is having an effect. It is having an effect.
That's
we all
the
know.
thing.
We all know
Well-
what we should and shouldn't be doing, and we all try our best not to destroy as much anymore.
And the thing about, there's sometimes we're often told that we should sort of not be political. But, 150 years ago, whenever that story was, what was it, 1853? I mean, if it wasn't for sort of
Nearly 200
political
years ago.
people, still have slavery.
Absolutely.
If there would still be slaves in America if it wasn't for people who didn't stick to stay out of politics,
Didn't
or like
stand
stay in
up.
their lane or whatever. So
Didn't stand
yeah,
up. Do you know about what's his name? I'm going to forget his name now. This is going to be really bad. Is it James Brown? No, not James Brown.
John Brown.
John Brown.
Yeah.
James-
no,
James
yeah.
Brown.
They're different songs. Yeah. Yeah. John Brown's body lies mouldering in the... That's John Brown.
But
and then...
John Brown, he's someone that fascinates me because he was, depends on what angle you want to take from. I had come from the angle of like, he's a fucking badass, cool dude. But yeah, maybe we'll get into that. Maybe we'll do some John Brown facts.
We should do some John Brown stuff.
If you don't know who John Brown is, go and check him out.
He was a bit
Fucking
of a legend, I think.
Absolutely brilliant. Right, on that bombshell, we need to wrap up here. We'll be back next week armed with more facts, chats, and tree saps.
Nice.
Better than last week.
Return to form.
Brilliant. Right
Keep
back
it
on top there.
Make sure it stays at that level, please, Lily May.
Don't forget in touch. Don't forget that you can get in touch with us.
Don't forget in touch.
Don't forget that you can get in touch with us if you'd like us to fact check something that feels true to you or whatever nonsense you want to get our way. Our email is hello@joeandjamespod.com. Our WhatsApp number is 07822 034 330. And you can follow on social. You can follow us on social media @JoeandJamesPod. I would just like to do. I know it's awkward, and most of you guys would probably rather not, but I would like to encourage some little voice notes on the WhatsApp. That'd be really great. I really enjoy those. If you've already forgotten everything that I just said, then God knows I have. Those details are in the podcast description. But thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with some more of this shit. Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's a podcast.
Bye.
Joe and James, fact up.
Can I have a wee?
Yeah. Do you wanna-
Sorry,
Yeah.
is that all right?
Listen, we're going to go, and Joe's going to go for a piss, and then we're going to get into this podcast properly.
And that's the second mic down of the day.